We are on the downhill side of February. Pardon the Olympic pun, but that means that it's time for me to start setting up my planner for March. So today we're going to be doing a March plan with me. So grab a cup of tea. I happen to be enjoying Stash Cinnamon Vanilla today, and maybe a treat, and maybe your planner, and come plan with me today. Let's get ready for March. Well, hi everyone, this is Crystal from A Crystal Clear Life, where we focus on planning, organizing, and living a more simplified life. And like I said at the top of the program today, we are on the downhill side of February, which means it is coming to a close very quickly. And it's time for me to get my March planner set up. There is still snow and ice on the ground at my house, and I am ready for some color. So that's kind of what I want to do today when I set up my planner. I want to quickly go through the functional parts of it with you, but then I want to get to adding some color and some fun to my planner today. Okay? If that sounds interesting to you, please go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, share with anybody that you know who loves OneNote or needs to plan for March. And with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. I'm excited to do this today. I have some cute stickers to show you, and I want to go through the functional parts of the planner. So let's get into it. As you can see here on my screen, first of all, let me say, if you are interested in creating a planner like this for yourself, there is an entire playlist called My 2026 Planner, where I kind of take you step by step all of the ways that I went about setting up all of the pages, okay? And I'm going to kind of briefly answer some of your questions here today that I get most often as I'm doing my setups, okay? All right, well, first of all, my planner background is something that I made in PowerPoint. That's this black background with the white page and the spiral down the side. This year I am using a landscape planner, meaning that the spiral is on the side and it is not kind of divided in two pages. I like that because it's really simple for me to keep all of my containers, of my page layouts in a real simple format, and I like that. Okay, so that was created in PowerPoint. All of these things that I'm talking about today, there are videos for, so I don't have to keep saying that for you guys. Check up above and the description box down below. Click on that little button that says more, and it will show you all of the information that I have in the description box. You can see a list of all of the videos that I will be talking about today. Okay? All right, so the second thing that people always ask me about is, how do I get these links across the top of my notebook, and do they actually work? The answer is yes, they actually work. So if I click, for example, on my house cleaning one, it takes me to my home maintenance one, it takes me to my yearly home maintenance checklist, okay? If I click on my Google Calendar, it takes me out to Google Calendar and comes right up to today and this week, okay? So they do actually work. How do I do that? I create a one-row table with many, many, many columns, however many tabs I want to go across the top. And then I create those links and put them in that particular cell of that table, okay? Same thing down here. I have a link for every day of the month. So for example, if I click on 6, it takes me to the month, whatever the month is, the 6th day of that month, okay? And from there, I can click on other days if I want. So now I'm on the 14th. I can go back to the 1st. I can do all of that right here from my whatever page I happen to be working on. Okay, so that answers that question. This table right here is a 1 column but multiple row, 31 rows, and I have all of the links stored in there, each one in its own cell. Okay. All right, you can change the color of your links if you want. I happen to be somebody that likes white links on a darker background, and that's kind of what you see here. Okay, and I just think that kind of pops off of the page and looks a little bit different than the traditional blue links that you have. Okay, all right, let's see, what else is something that people ask me about all of the time. Most of the things that I set up in OneNote are set up in tables, like you see here on my daily page. This is my Franklin Planner inspired daily page. And again, I have lots of different daily pages, but this happens to be the one that I am using at the moment. And everything is stored in one big container. Okay. And that's another reason that I like using this format for my notebook, because the spiral doesn't get in the way of that. All right. Okay, so back to the top up here where I have my master inbox list, and this is a list of all the custom tags that I like to use. Now, if you're not familiar with custom tags, OneNote allows you to create all of these kinds of tags if you want. It comes with a certain number of tags, and then you can go in and create your own customized tags, which is what most of these are that you see here with a checkbox. I am somebody that likes to have a checkbox, and the reason that I love this is because if I am out and I just have my phone with me and I remember something that I am supposed to do, I can simply come in here, let's say, for example, to my budget task right here, and I can click there and then I can hit the enter key and it will create a new item that is a budget task right there. Okay. And then I can just add what I want. So maybe it's mail, check to my sister, like that. And then when I get back home, I will be able to see that and I won't have forgotten it, and it won't be written down on a little tiny piece of paper in my purse. And then I've forgotten, the task already. Then when I've completed that task, I can simply click that box and that task is now marked as complete. Okay. All right. Since this is my master list, I'm going to delete that for now. But that's why I keep this master list the way that I do. Okay. All right. So what you're looking at here in this particular section, oh, and that's another question that people ask. I have my tabs across the top for my notebook. OneNote is set up as a binder with tabs for each section divider, and then you have over here on the side all of your pages. Okay. You can change the look of that by going to View, Tabs Layout. Right now it is in horizontal view, but if I put it in vertical view, you see that that shifts everything. I now have all of my notebooks over here that I can open and see all of the tabs. So for example, down here at the bottom, my book journal is open, and in my book journal, you can see all of the tabs that I have here. And if I want to, I can close that book journal. Okay. So then this way, all of your things are on the side and you have a little bit more room at the top. It really depends on what you are most comfortable with. If you like everything this way, I've been using OneNote for so long that I like my tabs layout in the horizontal because that's what I'm used to. It doesn't matter. They all function the same way. Okay. Okay, so here we are back in our basic month. And what I have done in my basic month is I have set up all of the most important pages that I am going to need throughout the month in that one section. Okay, then what I can do is when I go to set up my planner, I do not have to do it all at once at the beginning of the year. I can go in and do it month by month if I want to. And that tends to be how I do it because First of all, it's relaxing to me. I enjoy, having a nice warm beverage on a cold, icy day and going ahead and setting it up for the very next month rather than sit down and spend, maybe a weekend doing it all at once. Okay. All right. So one of my big tricks is I can copy this entire section. So see right here, I've clicked on basic month, and then I can right click on that and it brings up this little menu. I can go down here to say move or copy. And when I do that, it's going to say, where do you want to put it? Okay, move or copy to where? I want to leave it in my 2026 planner. Okay, so when I do that, it's just going to create a new section that says new section or basic month 2. Okay, and so I'm going to make a copy of that. Down here at the bottom, I have two choices. I can move it or I can copy it. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to leave this real time so you can see how long it takes for it to copy all, whatever, 40 some pages. And so it's working, and you may think it didn't do anything. It's not doing anything. And then all of a sudden, watch right up here, and there it is, basic month 2. Okay. When I click on basic month 2, you'll see it pops up a little bit. See that little pop up there? And then I know that I am now in that section. Okay. Now, question, do all of the links still work? Yes, they do. If I go to my house section, it takes me back to my home maintenance. If I go to my book section, it will take me to my book journal. Okay. If I go to some of these pages, you will see that they go to page 2 in that basic month section, not page 2 back here in this first basic month section. So it copies those links and it keeps it within that section for you. Okay. It's a miracle. I love it. All right. So all of those links still work. Now what I need to do is I need to rename this. And so I'm going to name it March. And I'm going to also change the color here. Right click again, and I want section color, and we'll go back to green. And also, if you didn't want to do this and you just wanted to create a new section, you could click on this little plus sign button here, and that would let you create a new section. It would give you just a blank page, and you could start creating something from there. Okay. All right, so now here I am in my basic section. I have all of my pages set. They're all in the same order that they were. Those are my important pages that I need for each and every month, okay? All right, now what I like to do here is this is no longer going to be my master list. This is going to be my 2026 March inbox, like so. Okay, and I pretty much leave this blank because I add things to it as I go throughout, the month. This will get very busy and very messy by the end of the month. Okay, next one I want to do is my monthly dashboard, which is my second page here. Let me scroll out so you can see the whole page. Okay, this one I originally set up as January, so I just want to show you how I clean this up and change it from one month to the next. Back here in my year-long section, I have lots and lots of lists that I refer to throughout the year. So the first one that I do here is my monthly calendar. So let me go to year-long, and I am going to look at my 2026 long-term planner or long-term calendar. And this is where I do all of my pre-planning kinds of things. If that save the date comes up, I put it in here. If I get an appointment, for some, doctor's appointment or something, I put it in here so that I have all of that information. Okay. This is a calendar from Calendarpedia that I download, but you also could make it. It simply is, each month is 3 columns. And there is a place for the day of the number day of the month, the day of the week, and then a space for you to fill in, whatever information you want. Okay. So I'm going to highlight the entire month of March. I'm going to say copy. I'm going to take that back to March. And I'm going to go in here and highlight all of this one and do Control V. and that's going to paste all of my March stuff right here into my dashboard. Okay, then I can make this bigger if I want to give myself more space. You see, I don't have a whole lot planned in advance for March. That's good, because March is a busy time at my house, out in the garden and that kind of thing. All right, so the next section is my home maintenance section. And again, what I do here is I have my home list right here, and I will go in here and look for March, and I will highlight all of the tasks that I need to do in March, and I'll make a copy of those, and I will take them back using my back button to my dashboard, highlight this, and do Control V, which pastes that in there. Okay, now I have all of the list of things that I need to do for home maintenance for March. Okay, now I also have financial tasks, so let's go look at those year long, and we will look at our finance. And for March, let's see. There's only 4 things there. I'll make a copy of those, Control C, take them back to March. Let's include this title as well. Control V to paste. Now, you will see that they came in as, just regular bulleted text, okay? If I want to turn those into budget tasks, all I need to do is highlight those. I can go up here on my home menu to my tasks or my tags, and I can find my budget task right there, and I can click that, and you click anywhere that you want in that section. Make it a budget task right there, and now they are budget tasks, and you can see that when you hover over the little checkbox. Okay. All right. Same goes for my holiday tasks down here. Actually, I'm going to say that I really don't have any holiday tasks listed for the month of March. This year, April is the time when Easter is, so I don't really have any holidays that I'm celebrating during the month of March. So I'm going to leave that section there. And I can add things to it if I think of something, somebody's birthday or something like that. But I don't need to do anything right now. I'm just going to leave that as a placeholder. Okay. My currently section is ready to go. And let's go to my Master Gardener list. Okay. So I'm going to delete all of that. And I'm going to go back to my year-long section where I have my Master Gardener year. And here is my March stuff. So again, I can highlight all of that, and I can make a copy of it, take it back to March, go back over here into my dashboard and paste. Actually, I only highlighted that. Let's do this in the garden. Copy and paste. Okay, you may not be a gardener. You may not need this section. I don't know. Then down at the bottom, I have birthdays. These were my birthdays for the month of January, so I'm going to get rid of those. And I'm just going to leave that there. I don't think I have any March birthdays either. But we're going to leave that just the way it is. And then, again, that's a placeholder. I can add things if I want to. Okay? All right, then my personal meal planning page is the same every month. It's a place where I have a standard grocery list, and I just highlight the things that I need and then mark them off when I get them, okay? So I don't have to do anything to that page except maybe clean it up, which just means going in with my draw tool, getting my eraser, and marking it off. The good thing is that because I share this notebook with my husband and my daughter, when I write on the grocery list, and then they are the ones that are going to the grocery store, they can bring it up on their phone as well. This is what my husband does. He doesn't erase them as he buys them. He marks them off. So I know the last time this list was used, it was my husband, because I know his shopping style. Okay? All right, let's go all the way down here and get all of this cleaned up. And that's it, okay? All right, moving on. The weeks that I'm using this year is the weekly areas of focus. I have other weekly spreads, but at the moment I'm liking this one, so I'm going to use this one for a little while longer. There's a video on this, so I'm not going to go into that. I just wanted to show you that I do have my weekly format there and it is ready to go, okay? Now, if you notice, I only have 1 week at the moment. So what I need to do is I need to make a copy of this. So I'm going to go in here and say copy or move. I want it to happen in March. And I'm going to make a copy and it's going to drop it all the way down here at the bottom. Okay. Now what I like to do is I kind of like to divide my weeks. So I know that the first week of March is going to start on the 1st. You know, this is like the magic year where, you know, it all lines up and starts on the 1st. That means that the second one will start on the 8th. So I'm going to put that there. So I have my weekly layout and then right behind it, I have my daily spreads. Okay. That's kind of how I like to do it. Some people like to stack all their weeks and then keep all their days separate. However you want to do it is fine. But that's one of the beautiful things about OneNote and digital planning is you can move these around however you want. If you don't want all of your weeks there, all you got to do is drag it up to the top and then you can start stacking your weeks. Okay? All right. All right, so that's all the functional stuff that I need to talk to you about. Now let's get on to the fun stuff. What I wanted to say is, you know, I wanted to add some color to my world. And I do that with digital stickers. So let me show you what I've picked for this particular month. And I get most of my stickers from Etsy. And so this particular month, I am going to be using the Cozy Arts and Cats stickers. And this is from an Etsy shop called Digital Cami Arts. And I think she does really cute things. I like cats. I have cats. And so this is something that I thought was really cute. And March is National Arts and Crafts Month. And so I really thought this would be appropriate. If you don't know, I'm a person who has lots of hobbies. I quilt, I read, I garden, I do, you know, all kinds of things. This winter, we've been doing a lot of jigsaw puzzling and that kind of thing. But, you know, things have been stressing me out in the world. And so I also have taken up painting. Let me show you a couple of my very archaic paintings. I've been following Andrea Nelson on YouTube, and she's a watercolor painter who just has a great personality. And, you know, I started painting some of her paintings. So here is my giraffe in a sweater, which I think is really, really cute. And then I thought that was a cool idea. So not only that, but I put a cat in a scarf and hat because why not, right? And then another thing that Andrea painted that's one of my favorite animals is a penguin. And so I've been having a good time painting. My daughter got me some supplies as part of my Christmas present, so I am all set. Arts and crafts are doing well for me right now. They're a great stress relaxer. So, or stress reducer, I should say. So, this is what I'm going to be using now. And what I did is I just wanted to show you on her page that it's, you know, if you're looking through and you're wanting to see what stickers there are. This one says there are individual PNG files. PNG are the picture files. That's what you want. Some of these are also designed for GoodNotes, and she also has some files that are for Noteful. What I look for in a digital artist is I look for PNG files. Those work best for me. Okay, so you can scroll through and see that she has 55 digital stickers here, and she kind of tells you, you know, what's included if you're using GoodNotes or Noteful, and then for other note-taking apps or printing, you could also print these if you wanted to. There's a zip file that has the 55 PNGs in it, okay? So that's what I use for OneNote. Then she's got some examples of her stickers here. Then if you buy these stickers, what happens is she sends you, you can download them. So once you download them and they are in your download folder, I wanted to show you what I do next. Okay, so once they are downloaded, and they are, you open the zip file, what you get are these 55 files, okay? And so what I do is I just go in here and I choose, 5 or 6 of them, and I hold down shift to select all of those. Then I make a copy of them and I take them back to OneNote, and I have set up for myself a sticker planner that's right here. And in that sticker notebook, you can see that I've already started a page that says Cats Art Supplies, and there are some of the stickers. And I wanted to show you that when you click in an open space and you say paste, that these stickers come in kind of large, right? So there's the sketchbook and the cats and, that kind of thing, the scissors, and then there's paint blobs and that kind of thing. So that's fun. So what I do is I go in and I do, 5 or 6 at a time. So I'll jump back and forth between my stickers here. So here, let's grab the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, shift, copy, go back to OneNote, up here next to the spiral, and then I say paste. There are more color blobs, okay? And then what I can do is, let's make sure I've gotten them all, though, because there's a couple. There's 2 more, 3 more. Okay. Copy and back to OneNote. Okay. And we can paste those. You can paste them wherever you want. All right. And then what I do, let me scroll out so that you can see. Then what I do is I go in and I select them and I make them smaller. So I go to my draw menu, I get my lasso tool, I'll select a bunch of them, as many as I can at one time usually, okay? And you see how they kind of are all selected in that box. If I grab that box, notice that it makes all of them small all at the same time, which I think is great, okay? So there we go. If I want to make them smaller, even smaller, I can. Okay? All right. Now, they got moved around. That's okay. I don't care about that. I can click on those and move them. Let's put them right there. Okay? All right. Now I have these last few here. So again, I'm going to show you with your lasso tool. Draw a circle around everything. You should see it all highlighted. Each one is individually highlighted within that box. And then click and grab, and you can make them as small as you want and move them where you need to move them. Okay? Like so. All right? Now, there's a couple of other things that I want to talk to you about while I have it zoomed out. When you bring files into OneNote, if they are big files, they will come in as big files, and OneNote will say, that's a big file. If you then shrink that file, like we just shrunk these graphics here on the screen, OneNote says, yes, but the original is still a big file. So it keeps that kind of in its mind. So what I like to do is, once I have them all shrunk down to a good size, I like to go in and highlight all of my graphics like that, okay? And you see that they're all selected in there inside that one big thing. And then I do Control X to cut, and it takes them all away. But when I paste them back, it will say, oh, these are small graphics. So it won't take up as much space, okay? So what I can do now is I can go back in here and I can say, start up there on the top, and I can Control V to paste them back, and there are all of my stickers back, okay? The other thing that I like to do when I am creating a new page like this, first of all, is I like to record where I got the stickers from. So that's the Etsy shop where I got the stickers from. I'll leave it linked below if you are interested. And then I also like to add some keywords, okay? So I'm going to go in here. Let me move this over so it's not in the way of the stickers. And I scroll in so you can see. I want to add some keywords. So I know that I got this set because it's craft month and it's for March. But I also like to then make a list of things that I see. So cats, maybe it doesn't have to be capitalized. Cats, paint brush, paint, painting, easel, push pin, eraser. What else is on here? Scissors, easel, spelled wrong. What else is on here? Paint palette, glue, brush, that kind of thing. Okay. Now, the reason that I like to do this is because OneNote has a great search feature. So let's say that I'm back in my 2026 notebook and I go, you know what? I know I have cat stickers somewhere. So if I go up here to search and I type the word cat, you see that it comes up recent pics. This is, what I've been working on, and in the title, cat art supplies, and it says it's in my sticker notebook in the hobby section. So if I click on that, it takes me right to my sticker notebook, to the hobby section, and here are my cat art supplies, okay? So these are the stickers that I can then start to use, all right? Okay, now what I need to do is I need to start adding some of these stickers to my notebook, and I want to show you how to do that. Okay, let's see. I'm going to take this cat and I'm going to make a copy of it. And I'm going to go down here and give myself some working space down here. And I'm going to paste that cat down here. Okay. Now, I would like to put the word March 2026 next to that. So I'm going to create a text box that says March 2026. And I can change the font. I can change the color. I can do any of those things. So let's change the font to... let's see. Let's do it something bold so that you guys can see it. I can make it a little bit bigger if I want, like that. Okay. And then I can, play around with placement and how I want it to look and all of that kind of thing. Okay. Let's change the color. Otherwise it's looking a little bit like a bumblebee. So what if we pick like this purple? How would that look? March 2026. That's very colorful. Let's go with that for now. Although in looking at my other colors, maybe I should go with that like turquoise blue that's up there. I kind of like that a little bit better. Okay, so let's highlight that. Let's go back to text colors. Let's do something like that. Okay, I think that looks better, and that kind of goes well with some of these other colors. Okay. All right, now if I want to, I can use my lasso tool again. I can go up here to draw, use my lasso tool. I can circle both of those, and you see everything then is highlighted together. And I can say make a copy of that. Okay, now I can go next to that and I can say, not to copy individually, but all the way at the end, paste as a picture. And when I paste as a picture, right here, you will see that that graphic is now one graphic, not two, or not graphic and a text box. It's all one graphic, okay? And I can, make it smaller or larger, whatever I would like to do, okay? Now, I can take that and I can copy that, and I can go back to 2026, and I can go back into March, and I can go to my March inbox, and I can paste that there. I can make it as big as I would like. I can put it right there at the beginning if I want. I can put him on other pages. I can put him on my dashboard. Let's go down here at the bottom, paste on the side so he's out of the way. Oh, where do we want him to be? Down there, is that cute? We want him at the top. If you want to do small movements, remember, use your Alt key. There, I think that's cute right up there, like he's, messing with everything, which is what cats like to do. So then I can go through and I can each of my daily pages if I want to, and I can paste that and move it wherever I would like it to be. Okay. On these daily pages up here by my key, I kind of have this nice big space right here where I can do something like this. And I think that looks cute on every single daily page. I can make it bigger if I want to. Okay, so I really like that. I like playing around with the stickers. Okay, let's go back to that sticker notebook and see what else we might want to do other than our title, right, for the month. You could do things like this, where you copy this one and we'll take it back. And maybe we want to, again, I'll paste on the side down here at the bottom, and I'll put him like that. And let's go back and get that. Yes, I'm an artist sticker, which I think is really cute. Again, paste on the side. So you can layer these kinds of things together if you want, like that. I think that's really, really cute, okay? And you can keep adding to your stickers if you want to, let's see, if you want to do something like this. So let's copy this one and take it back, paste at the bottom again. You can then move that sticker up to where you want it to be. And if you don't want it going in that direction, you remember you can always rotate them. So you could rotate that like that. Okay, like he's now got a spill of paint there, right? And see how I have that overlapping just a little bit? Let me zoom in so you can see it. Right? See, I have this paint tube is overlapping the artist canvas, and it's overlapping the words artist. If you want something to the front, you could always click on the object that you want to be in the front and go to order and say bring forward. And then you'll see that the word artist is over top of that tube of paint. If you want the tube of paint to be in the front, you can go back to order, bring to front, and now that tube of paint is at the front, okay? All right, so I think that's really, really cool. Well, I am really excited about my March planner. I'm looking forward to some color. I'm looking forward to celebrating National Craft Month. I'm looking forward to having a little bit more time to enjoy my hobbies and things before all of the warm weather starts. And I really just wanted to show you how quick and easy it is to set up a new month for yourself and then to have fun decorating the way that you would like it decorated, okay? Now, the one thing that I did not show you in today's video is how to do table shading to kind of match the colors that you have in your sticker set. Maybe I'll do a short or a reel on that, and so you guys can see that one, okay? All right, let's see. I think I've covered just about everything. If not, if you have any questions, please go ahead and leave me a comment down below. I do try to answer every question that I see down there. And until next time, here's hoping that you can live a more simplified and organized life through better planning. I use OneNote and some really cute cat stickers. Until next time, okay, bye.